Hi, good day. I'm Ronald Cañete Jr. and today I'm gonna discuss about Marpol Annex 5 and Marpol Annex 6. So, enjoy. So, Marpol Annex 5. Marpol Annex 5 regulation for the prevention of pollution by garbage from ship. So, Marpol Annex 5 came into force on December 31, 1988. It specifies that the distance from land in which material be disposed of and subdivides different types of garbage and marine debris. So, complete ban of dumping plastic into the ocean. So, pasabot ana kay dili na jud pwede labayan og plastic in the ocean, any kind of plastic. So, this annex consists of nine regulation. So, garbage. What is garbage? So, garbage means all kinds of victual, domestic, operational waste excluding fresh fish and parts thereof, generated during the normal operation of the ship and liable to be disposed of continuously or periodically, except those substances which are defined or listed in other annexes to the present convention. So, garbage is the waste of the ships, or not only in the ships but also in land, that can cause pollution to the sea. So, nearest land. The term from the nearest land means from the baseline from which the territorial sea of the territory in question is established in accordance with international law. So, kanay pasabot ang nearest land is nagkuan pa rin sila sa tanan nga kuan. Kaya kuan pa rin sila sa international law, which is the IMO, which regulated by the IMO. So, the special area means a sea area where for recognized technical reasons in relation to its oceanographical and ecological condition and to the particular character of its traffic, that adoption of special mandatory methods for the prevention of sea pollution garbage is required. So, special area, mo na siya kaning 8 different special area in the world. So, the disposal into the sea of all plastic, including but not limited to synthetic ropes, synthetic fishing nets, plastic garbage bags, and incinerator ashes from plastic products which may contain toxics or heavy metal residues is prohibited. So, mo na siya kaning dili pwede jud kayo ilabay sa dagat, which can cause damage into the sea, and which can kill almost all living creatures in the sea. So, the disposal into the sea of the following garbage shall be made as far as practicable from the nearest land, but in any case is prohibited if the distance from the nearest land is less than 25 miles for damaged lining and packing materials which will float. So, kaning damaged lining and packing materials which will float is kaning the one that from the shikuan kaning mo lutaw siya. Yeah, kailangan 25 nautical miles away from the nearest land, and the distance from the nearest land is less than 12 nautical miles for food waste and all other garbage including paper products, rugs, gas, metal, bottles, cracker, and similar refuse. So, 12 miles away from land if it is food waste and other garbage. So, kanim gon sila kay pwede na sila ma-intake sa mga mga fishes, mga living creatures sa ocean. Mura nang mocycle na sila. So this regulation may be permitted when it has passed through a commuter or grinder and made as far as practicable from the nearest land, but in any case is prohibited if the distance from the nearest land is less than 3 nautical miles, such as comminuted or ground garbage shall be capable of passing through the screen with openings no greater than 25 mm. So, napo ni siya process po dahil para makuhaan ang mga garbage which process through the comminuter or grinder. So, naagin na siya ikuan dahil kaning mo kuan mo siya kaning ignited or ground garbage shall be capable of passing through the screen with openings no greater than 25 mm. Mo na siya. So, garbage has a very big role in the pollution created by in the pollution of the sea because of so many garbage that is record in the world that is in the sea, which can kill the living creatures like fishes or coral reefs. So fishes can some fishes intake the garbage or the especially plastics. They intake that, and and because of that they die because of the toxicity of the garbage or waste that they intake. So the coral reefs also die because of so many garbage that is floating in the sea. So let's proceed. So the special areas established under Marpol Annex 5 are: number 1 is the Red Sea, the Black Sea, the Baltic area, the Mediterranean Sea, Gulf areas, North Sea, the wider Caribbean region including Caribbean Sea and Gulf of Mexico, the Arctic region. So let's proceed to the Marpol Annex 6. So the Marpol Annex 6 regulation for the prevention of air pollution from ships. Marpol Annex 6 came into force on May 19, 2005. It introduces requirements to regulate the air pollution being emitted by ships, including the emission of ozone-depleting substances, nitrogen oxide or NOx, sulfur oxide or SOx, volatile organic compounds or VOCs, and shipboard incineration. So Annex 6 established limits on nitrogen oxide emissions from marine diesel engines with a power output of more than 130 kilowatt. The standard apply to both main propulsions and auxiliary engines and require the engines to be operated in the conformance with the Annex 6 nitrogen oxide emission limits. So nitrogen oxide emission has a limit which if you are beyond that limit, you can find a case in order for you to suspend your ship. So limits on the sulfur content of marine fuels. So also the sulfur oxide has a limit of marine fuels. So ships operating up to 200 nautical miles off of U.S. shores must meet the most advanced standard for nitrogen oxide emission and use fuel with lower sulfur content. So the geographic area is designated under Annex 6. So nowadays kaning some fuel that are lower sulfur content which can prevent some ozone depletion in the ozone layer. So each regulated diesel engine in US flag vessels must have an engine International Air Pollution Prevention certificate issued by EPA to document that the engine meets Annex 6 nitrogen oxide standards. Certain vessels are also required to have an International Air Pollution Prevention Certificate or IAPP, which is issued by the United States Coast Guard. So, ship operators must also maintain records on board regarding their compliance with the emission standards, fuels requirements, and the other provisions of Annex 6. So there's also many that can meet the Marpol Annex 6. So there are so many cause of air pollution or this Annex 6. So ozone depletion. So ozone depletion is the melting of ozone layer, which can cause UV rays or global warming because of the air pollution that is came from not only in the ship but also in the land, because of this nitrogen oxide and sulfur oxide which can melt the ozone layers of the earth. And because of this, the earth will be more warmer and warmer and getting warm because of the ozone layer that is melting because of the air pollution. So acid rain can destroy environment. So as I remember that acid rain can kill the living creatures in the land, especially the trees, if it is raining, because of its acid rain, it can cause, because of the acid rain and because of the ship's air can cause destroyance of the environment or the trees. Because of this, the rain is created and the tree can be gone. Kanimuro sila malaya ba because of the acid rain. So corrosive effect of the air pollution is can eat stones or metals that can cause corrosive destructions of building and etc. So the corrosive effect is ganing maka-melt siya because of this acid rain also, that can melt all the buildings or other stones that is created, especially statue. If it is raining, the statue cannot be more statue anymore, but it is melting because of this acid rain that is caused by the air pollution created by the ship because of the nitrogen oxide and the sulfur oxide. There is acid rain on it. So health implication can cause respiratory problems. So respiratory problems like asthma or other case that is related to this so not only the plants or animals that are kanang naigo ana nga kuan, but also us humans, we are we also apil na ta ana sa kuan, mga kuan cause ana nga kuan air pollution. So thank you. Thank you for watching.